Hello and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. And we have just recently changed our name from Beering in Mind Beer Reviews to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. And so I hope you're able to find us okay. I had trouble with Beering in Mind over the last year or so. People would search for it and would find Bearing in Mind instead. Well, in any case, today we are starting a new series of beers from the Two Rabbits Brewing Company in the Shiga Prefecture in Japan. And we looked at some of their beers earlier. You can go back and find, I have a Two Rabbits playlist. You can go back and see the beers that I had in that series. And I ordered some beer from them again, and we're going to look at 5 different brews from them this time. Two Rabbits Brewing Company was started by two men who met while they were studying at Kyoto University, working on MBAs there. And one was from Australia and one from Mongolia. And they decided that instead of doing an MBA, or I guess they finished their MBAs, I'm not sure, but they decided that their business project would be one together, and it would be a brewery and a tap room. And apparently, the story I heard is that they put a series of possibilities into a computer program to find out where would be a good place for them to open a brewery based on things like water, transportation, convenience here and there, price, expense. And the computer spat out Omi Hachiman in Shiga Prefecture, which is a small tourist town. In fact, it's not a very heavily visited town, but it's a very pleasant place. I've been there once. A small town on the shore of Lake Biwa, which has some nice canals that run through the town, canals from the lake. And so they established their brewery in Omi Hachiman, Shiga, and they also have a tap room there called the Rabbit Hutch. And this place, it's on the east side of the lake, Biwa, about an hour from Kyoto, maybe less. In any case, they seem to be doing okay. And on Rate Beer, they have 44 different beers, on Untapped 54 listed. I've had only a few of them, perhaps 10, I think. In any case, we're going to look at 5 different beers from this company, and we will see how they go. And let's now take a look at the final Two Rabbits beer in this series of 5 beers from them. And it is an unusual one. It's called All Together. And some of you may have heard that the Other Half Brewing in the United States started this project called All Together, meaning, of course, we are in it all together during the time of the coronavirus, and when restaurants and people in hospitality industries, including craft beer, are suffering quite a bit economically, and many, of course, physically and emotionally. And so the Other Half has put together a series of, or a project involving many breweries to donate some of their profits to the people in this industry. I don't know exactly how it works, but a certain amount of the profits from the sales are supposed to help people in the service industries and hospitality industries that are affected by the coronavirus. And Two Rabbits has done this along with 15 other breweries in Japan, including Kyoto Brewing Company, Kyoto Beer Lab, Gnome Craft, and so forth. And 790 breweries or more worldwide are involved in this project. So I had the version, Kyoto Brewing's version of this, and basically it's supposed to be an IPA, and the recipe is basically the same among all the breweries, and each one adds their own twist to it. And in this case, in Two Rabbits' case, they call it a hybrid IPA. It is supposedly, the hybrid aspect, I assume, is what they call a kind of a blend between New England style IPA and a West Coast style IPA. And so the hop component in this is a mix of 4 different hops, including Citra, Cascade, Simcoe, and Mosaic, with the certainly the Cascade and the Simcoe giving a West Coast aspect. Cascade, of course, was the most popular hop when the craft beer movement really got going, say in the 1970, late 70s, early 80s, and then the 90s, of course. And so on Rate Beer, this one had only 1 rating when I checked, and that was at 3.8. And on Untapped, it had 36 ratings, an average of 3.78. So very, very similar, somewhere around 3.8 range, which is pretty good. So it's labeled as an American IPA, but as they say, it is kind of a hybrid. Let's give this one a go. Okay, it is kind of a sort of muted dark tea color with a white head, kind of rocky, a solid finger of pretty rocky, foamy white head. Let's put her in the light and see what we get. You can see the color here. It's okay. So it's kind of an unusual color. Carbonation, I don't know if we can catch any carbonation rising out of that. Not really. Okay, let's try the aroma. Okay, yeah. It does have this kind of mix. Right off you get the kind of New England style, certainly from the Mosaic and the Citra. Yeah, so the aroma is definitely on the New England side, I think. What's commonly called a New England style or even hazy IPA. This one is not hazy at all, which is okay by me. And again, the flavor seems to be more on the west, on the New England side. And the Mosaic and the Citra stand out. Simcoe's got some depth, adds a lot of depth to it, I think. A very nice bit of bitterness, but Cascade maybe has a kind of modulating influence. Mainly what I'm getting is the Citra and the Mosaic. This is very pleasant, got a pleasant sweetness, very light, muted kind of tropical fruit, some stone fruit in it too. Medium body, 6.5%. Yeah. Yeah, aside from the appearance, I would say this is pretty, pretty much what you consider a New England IPA with the moderating influences of the other hops as well. Light alcohol warmth after a few sips. Mm-hmm. Very nice job. Yeah, the New England style is not my favorite. I know it's quite the thing these days, and for many younger craft beer drinkers, it is the style. But yeah, I'm not at that age, and I prefer a different kind of IPA. This is very good, very decent, very drinkable. So you might want to give this a go if you can find it. I'm not sure if it's sold out yet or not. Again, this is from Two Rabbits Brewing Company in Omihachiman, Shiga Prefecture, right on Lake Biwa. So, take a look at their website and see what they have on offer. They're definitely a brewery that deserves your attention. And that's it for our series of Two Rabbits beers. We're going to move on to a few European beers next, and then after that, a new series of beers from one of my favorite breweries, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. So, take care, stay healthy. Please leave me a comment and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we'll be doing a lot more Japanese craft beers and world beers as well. Bye-bye.